Harry Wayland, Randall Jr., 1915 to 2012. Harry Wayland Randall Jr. was an American photographer and anti-fascist who served in the Spanish Civil War as chief photographer of the photographic unit of the 15th International Brigade. Born in Spokane, Washington, and raised in Portland, Oregon, he became politically active while attending Reed College, supporting labor struggles and opposing fascism. In 1937, Randall traveled to Spain and documented the war effort of the International Brigades, capturing striking images of daily life and combat at the front. His photographs were published in Volunteer for Liberty and distributed to raise support abroad. After the war, Randall preserved the unit's photographic archive and later worked for the National Film Board of Canada and the American Cancer Society, producing educational films. He also served in the Canadian Army during World War II, making military newsreels. Randall remained committed to documenting history through film and photography until his retirement. He died in 2012 in Snowflake, Arizona, at the age of 96. John Cornford, 1915 to 1936. John Cornford was a British poet, historian, and anti-fascist fighter who died in the Spanish Civil War at the age of 21. Born into a prominent intellectual family in Cambridge, he was the great-grandson of Charles Darwin. Cornford studied history at Trinity College, Cambridge, where he became deeply involved in communist activism. A gifted writer, he began composing poetry in his teens and later became known for verses penned during wartime, particularly his poem, To Margot Heinemann. In 1936, shortly after the outbreak of the Spanish Civil War, Cornford joined the Workers' Party of Marxist Unification Militia and later the International Brigades, fighting to defend the Spanish Republic. He saw combat on the Aragon Front and in Madrid, where he was wounded but returned to the battlefield. As a machine gun unit commander in the British battalion, he displayed remarkable leadership before being killed in action near Lopera. Cornford's brief life left a lasting legacy in both literature and political resistance. Aaron Lopoff, 1914 to 1938. Aaron Lopoff was an American writer and anti-fascist who volunteered to fight in the Spanish Civil War. Born in New York City in 1914 to Russian Jewish immigrants, he pursued higher education at Texas Agricultural and Mechanical College and later at New York University. Politically active from a young age, he joined the Communist Party in June 1937 and sailed to Spain that August aboard the Queen Mary. There, he served with the 15th International Brigade's Lincoln, Washington Battalion, quickly rising to the rank of company commander and briefly acting as battalion commander during a critical stage of the war. In September 1938, during the Ebro offensive, Lopoff was seriously wounded and later died in a hospital from his injuries. Only 24 years old at the time of his death, Lopoff embodied the idealism and courage of the international volunteers who fought to defend the Spanish Republic against fascism. Robert Hale Merriman, 1908 to 1938. Robert Hale Merriman was an American doctoral student and volunteer commander in the Spanish Civil War. Born in 1908 in Eureka, California, he studied economics and became politically active against fascism. In 1936, he traveled to the Soviet Union, deepening his commitment to the anti-fascist cause. Merriman arrived in Spain in January 1937 and joined the Abraham Lincoln Battalion of the International Brigades. He fought in key battles, including Jarama and Brunette, rising to Major and Chief of Staff of the 15th Brigade. Merriman was wounded but continued to lead and organize international volunteers. In April 1938, during the Republican retreat near Gandesa, he disappeared under unclear circumstances and was presumed killed. His remains were never found. Merriman's family and American academics petitioned the U.S. State Department to investigate his fate, but no positive response was received. His life and service inspired Ernest Hemingway's character, Robert Jordan, in For Whom the Bell Tolls. Milton Wolff, 1915 to 2008. Milton Wolff was an American writer, communist, and the last commander of the Lincoln Battalion of the 15th International Brigade during the Spanish Civil War. Born in Brooklyn, New York City in 1915 to Jewish immigrant parents from Lithuania and Hungary, Wolff was active in the Young Communist League. Initially a pacifist and aspiring medic, he joined the International Brigades in early 1937, fighting in battles such as Jarama, Brunette, Belchite, and Teruel. After the deaths of senior officers David Doran and Robert Merriman, Wolff became battalion commander in March 1938 and led troops during the Battle of the Ebro. He left Spain in November 1938 after the international brigades were demobilized. During World War II, Wolff volunteered for British and later American forces, working with resistance groups. He defended the veterans of the Abraham Lincoln Brigade before the House Un-American Activities Committee and fought against racism, the Vietnam War, and apartheid. Wolff authored 2 autobiographical novels and remained active in civil rights causes until his death in 2008. Samuel Conway Willis, 1914 to 1938. Samuel Conway Willis was an African-American laborer from Philadelphia who became involved in leftist politics early in life, joining the Young Communist League in 1929. With only a 5th grade education, he was drawn to activism and served as a party organizer during the Great Depression. In 1937, at the age of 22, he volunteered to fight fascism in Spain, departing aboard the Lancastria on June 5th. He arrived in Spain on June 20th and joined the 15th International Brigade, serving in the Canadian-led Mackenzie Papineau Battalion. Initially assigned as a scout, and later as a runner, Willis served with determination and courage. He was reported missing in action on March 17, 1938, during the chaotic Republican retreats in the Belchite-Caspe sector. Like many black volunteers in Spain, he viewed the fight against fascism abroad as inseparable from the struggle for racial and social justice at home. Wen-Rao Chen, 1913 to 1938. Wen-Rao Chen, also known as Dong Hong Yik, and Maurice Chen, was born in Taishan, China in 1913. As a teenager, he immigrated to the United States and became active in New York's Chinatown labor movement. In 1933, he joined the U.S. Communist Party and later volunteered for the Spanish Civil War. He arrived in Spain in mid-1937, fought in the Lincoln and 24th Battalions, and was wounded during the Battle of Belchite. While recovering in Benicassim Hospital, he helped organize refugee relief efforts. In December 1937, he returned to the front, possibly fought in Teruel, and later took part in the Battle of Gandesa. On April 3, 1938, during the retreats, Chen went missing in action. His body was never recovered. One of at least a dozen Chinese volunteers in Spain, Chen is remembered for his dedication to the anti-fascist cause across both China and Spain. Clyde Donald Taylor, 1915 to 1938. Clyde Donald Taylor was born on July 11, 1915, in Barthel, Kentucky. A bright and ambitious young man, he had attended college and worked as a doctor and chemist. Taylor joined the U.S. Communist Party in 1935 and is believed to have studied at the leftist Commonwealth College. At age 21, he sailed for Europe aboard the Britannic on May 1, 1937, to fight fascism in the Spanish Civil War. In Spain, Taylor joined the 15th International Brigade and served in the Canadian-dominated Mackenzie-Papineau Battalion. He was remembered by comrades as serious and idealistic. On January 12, 1938, during the brutal winter fighting at the Battle of Teruel, Taylor was killed in action. Only 22 years old, his short life reflected the conviction and sacrifice shared by many international volunteers who saw the Spanish Republic's struggle as their own. Jef Last, 1898 to 1972. Jef Last was a Dutch writer, activist, and polyglot who dedicated his life to fighting for justice. A member of the Social Democratic Workers' Party, he left in 1930 over their opposition to Indonesian independence. In 1933, alarmed by the rise of fascism, he joined the Dutch Communist Party and later traveled to the Soviet Union, where he met Gorky and Guide. Though increasingly critical of Stalinism, Last saw communism as a bulwark against fascism. In 1936, he volunteered to fight in the Spanish Civil War, despite communist distrust of his ties to André Gide. He fought in Madrid with worker units, but faced internal slander from party loyalists. Disillusioned, he left the Communist Party in 1938. Though far from a perfect figure, Last embodied the complex ideals, contradictions, and moral courage of 20th century leftist intellectuals. Alvah Bessie, 1904 to 1985. Alvah Bessie, born in Harlem in 1904 to a middle-class Jewish family, was a Columbia-educated writer, translator, and critic whose political awakening led him to join the Communist Party in 1936. Deeply alarmed by the rise of fascism in Europe, Bessie volunteered for the Spanish Civil War in early 1938, serving as a soldier and sergeant adjutant with the Abraham Lincoln Brigade during the brutal Ebro offensive. He also contributed to Volunteer for Liberty, the International Brigade's publication. After returning to the United States, Bessie transformed his wartime notebooks into Men in Battle, published in 1939 and praised by Ernest Hemingway as an honest portrayal of the conflict. Later blacklisted as one of the Hollywood 10 for refusing to testify before the House Un-American Activities Committee, Bessie remained politically active and creatively resilient, continuing to write novels, screenplays, and memoirs. He died in California in 1985, his life reflecting the enduring struggles of American anti-fascists at home and abroad. Thanks for watching till the end. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really motivates me to keep creating more content.